Hello, this is Broyer, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series of Civilization 6. I've been very excited to get started on this one. The last Let's Play finished up a few days ago, and I haven't had a chance to get started on a new one until today, so this is awesome. My last Let's Play, just because of the rate of recordings and whatnot, I started recording in January 1st actually, if I remember correctly, or around that time. And since that time, they have actually added 4 new civilizations to the game, and so I'm pretty excited to get another one on the way. And hopefully, we're still going to use the random leader because I kind of want to keep things, keep myself on my toes a little bit and just kind of be completely random with this. But maybe we'll at least have one of these new leaders in the game. That'd be kind of cool. The new leaders are Alexander is one of them. He's the leader of Macedon. He's got some pretty amazing military flavored bonuses and whatnot. He's actually got 2 unique units, which is pretty crazy, as well as a unique building that gives him a combat experience for melee and range units. Gives him science as well, so he's got a lot of really cool things. Another one that was added was Cyrus of Persia. He's got the Immortal, which that's kind of taken from like Civ 5. But it's different this time. It's instead of being like a melee unit, it's a ranged unit, which is a little unique. He does get more, it looks like, trade routes and things, and a lot of culture stuff, it looks like, on this culture and gold. So might be an interesting one to play as well. He does get a bonus after declaring a surprise war, which is kind of unusual. Although I'll be honest, in the last game I played, there was at least one surprise war that I remember declaring that. Because it worked out in my favor, and it would have been nice to have that extra movement. It would have been pretty awesome. So that's kind of a cool bonus. Let's see, who else is the other ones? We got John Curtin of Australia. It's the first time Australia's been in the Civilization franchise, if I remember correctly. So very interesting bonuses here, especially around coastal cities. Some good food and production bonuses and things like that. So he would be an interesting one to play as. And the last one is... Why am I not seeing it? I think I passed it already. It is... Is it? Yeah, it's Poland. There we go. Jadwiga. So she's got a lot of cool religion boosts. Culture bomb ability, which is kind of cool when you put down an encampment or a fort. She does get the winged hussar. So yeah, no, all 4 of these are very cool. Now, that being said, honestly, I've only completed a game as one, and that was Arabia. So any of these civilizations would be perfect for me to play as. So yeah, we're just going to keep it random, and we'll see what we get. And I think everything else I like is okay. Let me check the advanced to make sure there's nothing here that I want to change. I think I'm okay with 18 city-states still. We'll just keep that on the default. Everything else looks like it could be default. I guess there's my game random seed if for some reason... and the map random seed. If for some reason this looks like a game that you want to play yourself, you can definitely use those seeds there. And yeah, we're just going to start. Watch me get Arabia. Surely not.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization, on towards the stars. Your people look to you, Emperor Pedro II, to lead Brazil onto the world stage. Use your reputation as a patron of artists, scientists, and engineers to draw the greatest minds to our fertile home. For it is in the lush rainforests, teeming with life, that your people thrive. Watch them in the Carnival, as they dance the samba in celebration of your great feats, Pedro the Magnanimous.
Pedro the Magnanimous. Emperor Pedro II. So Brazil. Okay. I've actually played a little bit of Brazil in a little bit of a test game before. They definitely get a very heavy rainforest start. It's very... it's good for the science later on down the road. Not necessarily up front, but definitely later on down the road. The one negative that I saw with the Pedro start that I was playing with is that it's very hard to get some early scouting going on because they're so heavy on the rainforest around your starting city that you just don't move very fast. So that's one huge negative, although at the same time it is kind of defensive, because as the enemy units try to run through that rainforest, they'll be slowed down as well. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Magnanimous is his one of his abilities, or his leader ability, I believe. After recruiting or patronizing a great person, 20% of its great person point cost is refunded. All right, so this is going to be one that's going to be interesting to take advantage of. I didn't actually get a single great person in my last game, except for the free profit that Arabia gets when everybody else has gotten a religion. So I just kind of steered completely clear of the great person points and whatnot. So that's going to be something I need to probably focus on a bit more to take advantage of this. Amazon. Rainforest tiles provide +1 adjacency bonus for campuses, commercial hubs, holy site, and theater district squares. Rainforest tiles provide +1 housing for neighborhoods built adjacent to them. So really huge adjacency bonuses for 5 different districts. It's going to be very interesting to play around with. He does get the Minas Grace, a unique naval unit. This is a battleship. Seems kind of strange to think about a battleship for Brazil, but they definitely historically had a battleship that was called by this. Actually, I think there was a pair of them, the sister battleships, if I remember right. And then the Street Carnival. It's a unique district. So we're going to go ahead and jump in here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and jump in and let's look at the Minas. Again, it's a battleship that it's got 3 range, 80 range strength, 75 anti-air strength, 70 melee strength. Comes around with the nationalism civic, so it's fairly late in the game. But let's see if we can look at. So we're looking at 70, 80, and 75. Let's look at a regular battleship. This one is 60, 70, and 65. So 70, 80, and 75. So it's +10 melee strength, +10 range strength, +10 anti-air strength. This one also requires coal, which the Brazilian counterpart does not, which is pretty cool. So that one's going to be a very strong ship if I can get to a coast and get some in the roam around, which is something also I did not do the last game. Is nothing naval at all. So we'll see how that goes. Street Carnival is their unique district. It replaces the entertainment complex. It provides +2 amenities. Also unlocks the Carnival project, which grants an additional +1 amenity when underway, and a variety of great people points once completed. So this might be a way for us to get caught up on the great people points that sometimes it can be hard to get when you're going against deity opponents. Is build this entertainment complex, this carnival, and do the carnival project to get some great people points rolling through. So definitely going to be interesting to play around with this one. But yeah, no, I think this is going to be an interesting game. Like I said, look at all the hills, forests, rainforest, everything around this start right here. We do start next to a mountain right now, which is going to add even more, I guess, more adjacency bonuses and whatnot, especially if there's more mountains, over here to the west. Looks like I could see the brief edges of some water over here to the east and maybe here to the south. It looks like that's what that is. So we'll probably explore those directions, see if we can get near the coast to kind of have a way to get our battleships out later on in the late game. But we do have silk and dyes next to us. We have some bananas, which is just a bonus resource, as well as some stone, which is a bonus resource. The stone would technically allow us to do like a Stonehenge, but I mean, chances of us getting something like that in a Deity game is pretty slim. So we're probably not going to go for wonders too much. But one thing, like I said, we will do differently than on my last game is we'll very much be trying to go for great people and see how we can play around with that a bit. Looks like we are we on the river here in this tile? Let's see. Yes, we are on the river. I guess we could settle in place. I don't know if there's any specific reason not to. Is this a hill? No. I'm trying to decide which direction I want to send this guy just to get a little bit more visibility. Is this a hill? This is a hill. So let's just move this way and see if we can get a little bit more visibility around here. Not really a lot of anything. So, I don't have a specific reason not to settle in place other than that this does take up one of our spots for adjacency to our main city. We could definitely be able to put a holy site around here somewhere, a research, sorry, I can't think of this, the science site, whatever, around here, as well as the aqueduct come next to the mountain and next to our city. So maybe like here for the aqueduct or something like that. I mean, we're going to start off with the silk and the dyes pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's just no reason to move necessarily. I mean, over here it looks like this is what one of the recommended start locations are. It would take us a couple turns to get there. I think that's silly. This was the only one I think we would potentially go, but it would take us, it would lose us an entire turn of our main city. So I don't know if there's any benefit there. Plus, it would move us away from the river. So I think the best thing to do is just stay where we're at and go with this. So we're gonna go ahead and settle in place. Rio. So it looks like the river does continue on down this way. Again, it looks like there's some water right here. We're on the edges of some water. So maybe that would open up a harbor once we get 3 tiles out over here somewhere, if that's in fact is the ocean. Because it looks like this river does kind of fan out into some sort of body of water. We do have rice over here, which we'll be able to get fairly quickly. Yeah, no, this should be good. I mean, clearing out these floodplains will get us some boost of food and whatnot. So I think that should be fine. First things first, I do think we're going to need to get a scout pretty quickly, just because we need to get through this heavy terrain where our warrior's just not going to be able to make it. The scout will be able to move a little better through this, especially once it gets a promotion, I believe. So let's start with the scout. Research-wise, what do we have here? Let's see, we got dyes, which needs irrigation. We got the silk needs irrigation, bananas needs irrigation, and then we got a couple things, or at least one thing that needs mining. So irrigation seems like a very good choice to go for at some point early on. And plus it allows the clearing of marshes, which is pretty cool. Oh, these new stars are different. I don't remember seeing these before. That's a new extra tooltip that they added in. That I think, if I remember right, you used to have to hover over the technology itself and just to see if it even had a bonus. But I'm glad that they put those in there like that. That's pretty cool. Pottery, animal husbandry, mining. I don't know that we're going to go for religion like much at all. Obviously, we need some holy sites at some point, because we want to be able to get the holy people, or the great people out, and that will definitely help with that. But as far as pushing for the religion itself, I don't know if I'm too concerned about the religion itself. So I think we're going to beeline for irrigation. I think that's a decent idea. Although it is an end tech. I don't remember that being an end tech before. Maybe it was. I know archery is no longer an end tech. It does continue on to horseback riding. To get the boost here, though, I would need to farm a resource. So, well, let's just start with pottery. Let's start with pottery and see about if farming a resource, getting a builder out or something like that, and then see where that goes. So start with pottery, and that's it. So we'll go next turn. Looks like we could farm this rice pretty quickly if we can get the growth out to that direction. Let's see. Guess we'll go up this hill and see if we can get to the water over here somewhere. Not a lot to explore with this warrior. Got some more stone over here. That's too far away for me currently. Oh, there's another mountain, some more dyes. Looks like some cliffs maybe, so that's going to be interesting. Once the scout pops out, we'll probably send him to the southwest to see what the water situation is down here. Ah, there's some crabs. Nice. So we are in, is this the ocean? I'm assuming crabs can't be in like a lake tile or anything like that. Cliffs, ocean, nice. Wow. Okay, so it looks very likely that the ocean's over here, maybe just loops around here, maybe at the edge of a peninsula. That may mean that we have limited options to put another city down here to the southeast, but maybe we can put some more up here to the southwest. So we'll keep moving around that direction and see what it looks like. Oh, forgot to see what my city is working. Let's double check that real quick. 2 and 2. I actually think I'm okay with that. Give me a scout a little bit quicker. In fact, we're going to lock that in just to make sure you keep that 2 and 2 going as much as possible. He is going for the bananas first as opposed to the rice. It's probably okay. Hopefully he goes for the rice right after. We'll see what happens. But we'll start with the bananas. That's probably okay. Alright, so we found one of the new civilizations. Persia. He looks like he's ready to go like work out or something with a headband and I don't know. But anyway, definitely, it's an honor to meet you, sir. We would love to sample your hospitality. Oh my, he is close. He is very close. I don't think I like this. So let's go look at Persia real quick because I kind of briefly went over their stuff, but I would like to kind of get a better understanding of what we're going to be facing early game. Persia, again, does have the immortal units. He gets +1 trade capacity with political philosophy civic. Receives +2 gold and +1 culture for roads between your own cities. So he's going to do a lot of internal trade routes to get himself some gold and culture. Roads built in your territory are 1 level more advanced than usual, so that means he's going to be moving around a lot better within his own territory, which is going to be, you know, interesting. Maybe he can move some units from the back to the front pretty quickly. Cyrus himself, oh yes, that's right, surprise war. So, I mean, to be fair, in the early game, no matter what civilization you are, there almost always seems like they declare surprise wars. Partially because the warmonger penalty in the first couple of eras is very limited. It's not very high. So, in fact, I don't even know if it exists in the ancient era. But so they tend to declare a lot of surprise wars, at least for me in the early parts of the game. Him having +2 movement for those first 10 turns is going to be pretty insane. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to deal with that. I'm going to have to defense up pretty quickly to make sure that we mitigate that +2 movement. Let's go back to Persia. Let's go look at the immortal. Melee class unit with range attack, range 2, strong defense and strength. So it replaces the swordsman. It's got a very strong, and it comes available with ironworking. So ironworking is way over here in the classical era, but I bet he goes for that pretty quickly. Now, if I remember correctly, the Deity difficulty AI start with 5 additional technologies. So probably there's first 3 and a couple of these. I don't know if they're locked in or whatever, but probably a couple of these. I suppose it's possible he could end up with one of these couple. So ironworking may be the thing he's working on right now, for all we know. I don't know. I would think that it would be a little too overpowered if they got one of these 3. I would think it would be one of these, probably these first 3 and then 2 of these 5. But we have to probably play this as if he's already got ironworking. And if he doesn't, he's going to be getting bronzeworking, ironworking right away. He's at the very least, he's researching bronzeworking as we speak, probably. So he's going to have those immortals pretty quickly. And those are ranged units that I have to deal with. So let's go back up here. Let's go. Yes, I want to look for Persia again. So those units are going to be very strong. So now this Paradisa, whatever. It's a unique builder ability. Okay, +1 culture, +2 gold, +2 appeal, and +1 culture for each adjacent holy site and theater square. +1 gold for each adjacent commercial hub and city center. An additional culture and tourism as you advance through the technology civics tree. Cannot be built on snow, tundra, snow hills, or tundra hills, or placed or adjacent to another one. So he's going to be popping these up pretty quickly. I know that they start with a builder, so I bet we see some of these pretty early on. Does come from, okay, well, actually, early Empire civics, so that's actually not too early, is it? Oh, nope, I was wrong. He actually may already have that or already be researching that, because I know they get some boosts here as well. So, yeah, he's probably already going to have some of those start popping out soon. Was there anything else I wanted to look at with him? I think that was it. Not that that was not enough. So we're going to get Surprise War, which, again, normal for Deity early difficulty, or early game difficulty stuff. But he's just going to have a boost in movement, which is going to mitigate the limited movement that you have going through hills and jungles and forests and stuff. That little defensive barrier that I thought I was going to have. Plus, he's actually coming through the side that doesn't have jungles anyway. So it's got a lot of hills, though. So he's going to be moving pretty fast. And he's probably going to have those immortals. So, yeah. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do. Let's go next turn. Or, yep, there we go. Didn't actually click the button. He's got a coastal city start, so interesting. Wow, we've already discovered another continent. Nice. I'm okay with getting these boosts early on. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We are on the continent. Oh, wow. How did we not discover it over here? Like, seriously. We're right next to it. That's silly. We're on the continent, technically, of Kalahari, and the continent right next to us is Siberia. Oh, I bet that means there's a lot of... I bet we're near the north, and maybe there's going to be a lot of snow, unless they're just not named for that kind of thing. Maybe they're just completely randomly generated. I don't actually know, so we'll go next turn. So he's already got another city here, and I believe, like I said, they start with... or I'm not sure if I remember saying this or not. They start with 5 techs, but I also think they start with 3 settlers, I believe, on Deity. So he should have another city somewhere else as well as this one. So, just move up this way. Get on top of this hill and see what that city looks like. About to get our scout out. Wow, another warrior coming from that direction. Interesting. Alright, so scout's out. We're going to go ahead and go down here and discover the borders down here. I think that's going to be good for us. See what our situation is on the water. Looks like, again, we are on a peninsula. Although there is some island over here, so maybe this is just a little pass-through. Who knows? We'll see. We'll keep going up this way. Let's just go this... There we go. Auckland. City-state. Is that a river? Looks like a river. He wants me to recruit a great scientist. Yes, that is definitely going to be one of our goals, Mr. Auckland. So we will try to recruit a scientist for you. Choose production. All right, so with the civilization right next to us, we've already found them. Obviously, we're going to start getting barbarians soon. We need to get some military stuff out. So let's start with a slinger. And yeah, let's get a slinger out, get some military going. Alrighty. Let's just go up this way and just see what else you've got going on, Mr. Persia. You are going to come down this direction. Maybe this is closed off here. We'll see. Yep, keep coming up here. Lots of oranges and stuff. Alright, yeah, this is definitely the edge of our little peninsula here. So, makes it a little bit more defensive, I guess. Nobody's going to be coming from the south, so we'll just have to protect against the north side. We got a mountain here. Put a couple units along this ridge with these hills and these forests and stuff. And, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe the defensive bonus will save the day. Alright, this guy thinks of himself very highly. Like they're swishing his hair around. Macedon. Wow, we've got 2 of the bonus civs, the new civs. Actually, both of the ones that just came out within the last couple weeks in this game already met. Wow. Okay. It is an honor to meet you, sir. Yeah, let's see where your capital is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the first 2 civs that declare war against me are Persia and Macedon. That's going to be rough. That is going to be rough. So we're really going to have to be defensive up and protect ourselves early game. So this is going to be... I think if we could get past that defensive first start, though, that first war, possibly even flip it around and take it on the offensive, maybe we could set ourselves up for knocking out some of these big, huge powerhouses. There's this builder already out running around. There's a settler coming out already. Where's the Greek guy? Or the Macedon guy, sorry. I keep thinking of Alexander as the leader of the Greeks, but he's actually Macedon in this game. So let's double check him real quick. Macedon. Alright, they receive a bonus or a boost upon city conquest. A eureka for each encampment or campus in the conquered city, and an inspiration for each holy site or theater square. So he's going to want to conquer stuff. That's the whole thing. He's just going to be wanting to conquer stuff. Now, we don't have any of this stuff, so maybe he favors people that actually have some of these districts and things. I bet he goes after Auckland pretty fast. That's probably my assumption. Maybe he'll go after Persia, but I have a feeling they're going to gang up on me is my expectation at this point. He does get... a unique ability. Cities do not incur war weariness. Okay. All military units heal completely when his player captures a city with a world wonder. Wow. So if we build a wonder, and he conquers us, all of his stuff heals. And he doesn't get any war awareness or anything like that. Plus, he has this unique unit. Macedon unique heavy cavalry unit that replaces the horseman. So this is going to be a very early game. Additional +5 combat strength when adjacent to a general. +5 great general points when killing an enemy unit. Starts with 1 free promotion. Goodness, this thing is strong. This thing is very, very strong. Thankfully, there's not a lot of open field here for the horseman to get really just rolling pretty heavily. So he's going to be able to bring it, but it probably will be limited to somewhat by our terrain, at least against us. So that's a good thing. Let's go back to Alexander and go to Macedon and look at the other unique unit. Unique melee unit that replaces the swordsman. So both of these guys are going to have unique units that replace the swordsman. Going to come around very soon. +5 combat strength when besieging districts. +50 additional support bonus. 50% additional support bonus. Not sure what that last part specifically plays into. But that just definitely means he's going to be able to besiege us pretty quickly if we had some districts. And I don't know, I can't remember if the city center counts as a district in this regard. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so 2 people that have unique swordsman bonuses. The base, his thing is 36 melee strength. The base swordsman is 36. So it's not any stronger, which is good for me, I guess. But it does mean it doesn't require the iron that the normal swordsman does. Same thing for the immortal. He does not require the iron. His strength is a little bit lower, but it is range strength. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Unit needs orders. Let's keep moving you around the edge just to see what we got going on around here. We've got another landmass down here, which is kind of interesting. Is that counting as a different continent? It is. So interesting. What continent is that? Rodinia. Let's just, I guess, keep moving you up. That's fine. So Macedon is gray, kind of a grayish color. Gray with yellow. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and discover the rest of this over here, and then we'll move him probably back west. No goodie huts or anything like that, which is unfortunate. And I have a feeling these guys roaming around is probably going to get all of them, so we're probably not going to get any early game.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Alright, got a pottery check. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and go for... I mean, do I want to get this irrigation early game? I don't have any builders yet anyway, so it's not really going to help me. Honestly, I think I need to go for archery, since I know what I've got going against me. Archery, I think it is. In fact, we're going to just click archery. Let's make sure we beeline for it and get that out of the way ASAP. Some barbarians early. That's okay. Maybe they'll put some hurting on some of these guys. Alright, so I got some fish, some crabs. Don't think there's enough room for another city over here, unfortunately, but some nice bonuses. We'll just move this guy back the other direction in a moment. So Japan. We have seen Japan before. In fact, we have fought him in the last game that we played. So, yeah. Another aggressor, early aggressor. Where are you from? Did we not find your city? Or did you just find you just found our city and you just came to us? Okay, that's fair. So Japan, just a quick refresher. Let's look at him. He does have the district bonus. Additional standard adjacency bonus for being adjacent to another district. All districts receive that. He does have the samurai, which is replacement for the musketman. So at least it's not going to be super early game. But he will have those pretty quickly. Does not suffer combat penalties when damaged. It is a melee unit that I actually doesn't think it counts as anything else. It's just unique to them. Comes about as military tactics. Which, let's look at military tactics real quick to see understand where that is. Military tactics. I'm assuming it's going to be down here on the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a civic? Maybe it's a civic. I'm thinking technology. Military training. Alright, where is this thing? Let's go back and look at it. Japan. Samurai. It is technology. Military tactics. Mathematics. I must have just missed it. It was right in front of my face. Mathematics. Why am I not seeing these? Is it further along than I expected? No, there's no way it's up this far. That's insane. Military tactics. There it is. Way up there. Okay, I was looking on the bottom, and I was not looking along this top route. That's pretty far. It's in the medieval era, so we got a little ways to wait for that. Maybe somebody will take care of Japan before we have to worry about it. What are his other bonuses real quick? He does get the electronics factory. That's very, very late game. And, but his land units do receive +5 combat strength and land titles adjacent to a coast. Which we got a lot of land adjacent to a coast down here. And +5 combat strength. His naval units receive +5 combat strength and shallow water tiles. And then he also builds encampments, holy sites, and theater districts half the time. So, some pretty cool bonuses, pretty good bonuses, but hopefully he's far enough away that we don't have to worry about him anytime soon. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and put a cut in here. I do appreciate you watching, and hopefully you join me again next time as we continue this brand new campaign as Brazil. Thank you, and goodbye.